Hey everyone, Gaijin Goomba here, and today I want to talk about something both tragic yet inspiring, Nintendo's Miis. Yes, I am being completely serious here. The little creations that have gone from armless avatars to self-insert smash fanfiction possess not only a horribly depressing history, but act as a beacon of hope for gaming based on its cultural origin. So let's not dilly-dally and get right into it. Now in this instance, when I refer to the Miis, I'm not talking about the fully appendaged HD models that these hip kids play on Miitomo these days. I'm talking about the stumpy, armless 2006 models. They're pretty weird, right? The majority of the time, the Miis are just heads and cylinder bodies. Sure, sometimes they have legs, but it's inconsistent. And other times they have little ball hands, but no arms attached to them. Regardless, it's a pretty unique design choice, right? Well, kinda. See, Nintendo actually took the idea from a 1600s doll design called kokeshi. Kokeshi originally acted as souvenir gifts for tourists and their children, especially their children. Each one was handcrafted and painted, making no two exactly the same, and they came in all kinds of varieties too. Boys, girls, big heads, big bodies, small bodies, and created with a variety of colors based from the wood they were made from to the paint that craft their features. Each one was truly unique, just like how no two player created Miis are the same. But what started off as a simple toy sold at Onsens in the Tohoku region turned into something far more meaningful and somber. In time, the dolls were thought to protect the souls of the children who owned them. As the children grew, the dolls were thought to watch over them and keeping them out of harm's way. And as the child grew older, their young soul would stay within the doll, while the adult portion of the soul continued on. After coming of age, the doll would be burned so that the young aspect of the soul would be free, but this would also be where the kokeshi dolls became something more horrifying. The fact that souls of children would reside in these dolls were thought to be a form of comfort for mothers of children who had passed away, or who were the subject of infanticide. As prosperous as the Edo period was, extreme poverty was not unheard of, and in the countryside, it was not uncommon for children to not make it into adulthood, or their parents being so poor that they had no way of taking care of their newborn. Knowing that the souls of their children in some way would remain with them in the form of these dolls that were fashioned after their children was a small sliver of solace. These dolls would oftentimes be presented in windows or more likely family shrines to make sure that the child was not forgotten. Sadly, in Japan society today, the kokeshi doll hasn't really aged well. Not only has its popularity decreased for the obvious social implications, but also because the word kokeshi has come to mean something a little more private. Yes, I know this is some pretty heavy stuff, but all is not lost, friends. For in my research, I came to a conclusion that really brought me some hope, and I think it will for you too. The original Miis are fashioned after kokeshi dolls. That's simply a matter of fact. But why? Out of all the things they could have used, why would Nintendo choose one of the most controversial doll designs for the flagship game that, I remind you, sold well over 100 million copies? Simple. Nintendo, to this day, understands the childhood joy of games, and they just personified it perfectly under our very noses. Let me explain. Remember, the kokeshi dolls exist not only to protect, but preserve the soul of the child. It was a vessel that no matter what happened to the body, the spirit of the child would live on. Whether this was purposeful or not, I believe that the Miis are the kokeshi dolls that preserve our childlike love of games. In a world of modern games filled with complex stories, dark overtones, and quite frankly a lot of violence, things that we would consider adult, Nintendo has reminded us again and again what it means to be a kid with a game, no matter the age. Just as the kokeshi dolls became a vessel for the soul of the child in life, so too have the Miis become our own vessel for remembering what it means to have that childlike pleasure of gaming. No matter how old we become, Nintendo has an undeniable ability to remind us of that childhood feeling of gaming, and we as adults pass that feeling down to our own children. It's hope. Hope that no matter how adult and gritty gaming becomes, there's a preservation of childlike wonder and excitement when it comes to gaming. But thanks for watching, everyone. And if you like this, be sure to subscribe for even more culture in gaming. And if you're looking for more of my content, over on my channel I released a video talking about how a simple yet popular web game in Japan may have an anti-American movement behind it. Or you could check out Matt's game theory on how theorists are murderers. But until next time, this is Gaijin Goomba signing out.